One more. So I guess I need to remember to save after the demon cutscene. Just because in this category it does seem to bug more. The
Guardian has invaded Britannia.
Conversation afterwards.
Lord British has surely you will not go adventure. In order to view your surroundings, simply move your mouse. If you wish to move, press and hold the right mouse button. You can also use the cursor to interact with objects. When you are close enough to use an object, the cursor will turn. You still have much to learn before you travel to Britannia. Visit the training area on the northwest side of your house. If you wish to use the object, click the left mouse button. For my next piece of counsel,
greetings at this or I give
orange, red, yellow, white, yellow. That's what I'm looking for. Did I just choose the wrong one? No, I got the red one. I believe I did.
Avatar, you have once good luck for you.
So I'm pretty sure it didn't take me 8 minutes to get to Britannia in my PB. I think I just input the split way too late. And thus, even though I gained some time here, I shouldn't be surprised at losing a bunch more time getting the glyph.
the Guardian obviously knows you are here, Avatar. You will not be safe here at Stonegate for long. Unlike on Earth, you are now vulnerable. There is also a chest of equipment in the corner of this room sent for you by the Gypsy.
So hopefully I work the elevator a little bit better than in my last attempt. Yeah, that's definitely a lot better. And I got the right direction here. So I think I might have to remove my PB from my sum of best, just because there are some dubious splits that I definitely made late, thus making later splits a lot faster than what should be possible. Oops. So I definitely also think that the 105 is not an accurate number. Oh.
Oh, brilliant halls on castle walls, on battle hills and hallowed halls. Who goes there? What's wrong with it? Avatar. Avatar, take the glyph quickly and go. I am weak, and consumed with God's presence.
I guess I could take that with me. Ah, this is costing me time. Never mind. Nope. Luckily I can still jump up from there with the equipment I have. So I remember I lost a bunch of time in my last attempt on this upcoming split. And that may in part be because of inaccurate splitting from my PB. But I definitely also think I can play it better. already doing better by not falling off the cliff. Yeah, I had a feeling that was too high of a placement. So that's definitely slower than in my last run, but I still think it should be faster all in all. Hopefully get the jump over the river. Yeah. So I think there's something wrong with either the Glyph of Justice split or this split in my PB, because I just can't see myself being several minutes faster than what I'm doing right now. Could be wrong, of course, but I guess I should view it back, so I know for sure. Getting a little bit off course with this strafing. Might have been faster to run normally. But I still want to go for it, just to get used to moving through the map in this way. Wow, that guy usually doesn't get down here. Interesting. This will probably be my last run for today. Nine minutes. It's pretty ridiculous. Uh-oh. Phew. Well, I'm gonna lose some of those 9 minutes with this, but that could have been a lot worse. If I slide all the way into those trees, there's no real coming back. Good. Well, this is where I lost quite a lot of time in my last attempt, so I'm guessing there's also some inaccurate splitting going on here in my PB, because I didn't feel like I misplayed it that much. Oops. Yeah. Already losing a bunch of time. But if I finish this run, at least then I'll have some more truthful splits to compare future attempts to. Now, hopefully that kid won't speak to me again, as he did in the last run. trolley book. Usually it's a little easier to grab, but I guess it didn't help that the pirate was blocking it a little bit. I definitely need to count the number of climbs I need to do, just so I don't waste any extra space in my inventory with books and other items that I use to climb.
Good day, dear sir.
There's no way I was this fast in my PB on this split.
What they
Yeah, this part is a little hard to do when running sideways. There's a bunch of places like that where when you're running across them, instead of jumping as you are in any percent, there's just more chances to slide down. Hello, Eris. Or should I call you Lucero? Or Random Guard number 1? Let's actually use the right spell this time. Okay. I'm missing that jump way too often. Oops.
Safe travels to thee.
That glass sword used to troll me a lot more in the past when I would pick that up in any percent. Because sometimes you can throw the coin in the well and nothing really happens. I've had runs where I've had to use all 3 coins to get one that would spawn the sword. Gotta figure out these jumps a little better as well. Oops.
Daughter?
So that being a late split, I should actually
Look out, Mayor.
skip past it instead of inputting it. Okay, short cutscene. That's nice. Now hopefully the game doesn't crash on the way to Desktart again. Uh-oh. Lag. Got a bunch of cursor lag there. Guess I really should unequip some of all these spells I have equipped, since I won't be needing them for the rest of the run. I think I'll leave one of my books behind on the cliff up here. Really? Guess I'll go inside. That is weird. What is up with that cursor? And me not being able to grab stuff. Okay. But I think since I found the faster way of getting the two-handed sword on the way back, it should be significantly faster to do it after the dragon. Yeah, there goes all the time. But at least I won't be like a minute behind as I was in my last attempt after the dragon. I'll probably get rid of all my splits for my PB, so I just have the time left. Okay. That was a bit obnoxious. get up there. Now we can spend this time removing some stuff. Let's hope I get the Worm Guard skip this time. Just gotta remember to go all the way right and backtrack enough that he has time to join me on the right side of the corridor. Usually when I fail it, it means I'm trying to do it too fast. There we go. Now this room. Could go in a number of ways. But I hope it just doesn't end with me dying. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, we still got one. This is a little bit dicey. Okay. Could be worse. Like me not being able to hit the button. Alright.
Speak now the word of power.
It didn't work?
Hold, speak now the word of power.
Okay, I might not be saving a lot of time here, it would seem. I have all my spells in my inventory, which isn't the worst thing that can happen, but it does make them a little bit more difficult to cast, as they can't be accessed with a quick keyboard command. Okay, I think I'll just kill this guy. So that little teleport you saw there is what NPCs do in this game when they get stuck. I'm pretty sure that's just him returning to a spawn point. Thank you for letting me pass. And obviously I have to get poisoned. Let's try running through this sideways, just to minimize the amount of time I'm in the swamp. Okay. Now I'm gonna find the actual crossing spot here, so I don't have to swim more than strictly necessary. Right here. Uh-oh. Whew. That was pretty lucky, but I'll take it. Those fat hellhounds, always up for blocking my path. Like this guy here. Sometimes you can actually block the path completely, so I have to kill him. Okay, that's fine. Hopefully that's high enough. Yeah, just barely. Okay. Please.
Welcome.
No,
Speak now.
that's really unfortunate. And that is a glitch. Falling through the floor. Guess that part of the map didn't load in properly. So in this category, as I'm not moving as fast through these tunnels, I don't have quite as much time to pick up the chalice over here. But I didn't imagine I would have time to fail it. After all, the timer does give me 30 whole seconds, and right now I actually just wait for it to
Welcome, speak now, the
do that.
mantra of honor.
But I guess the timing is a bit tighter than I thought, so that's worth remembering. So by the time I get the glyph, I definitely don't need the books anymore. Because that's just a better way of climbing. Oh, it makes it easier anyway. Because it's easier to hit with my jumps. Hey man. Good to have you back. So it turns out a lot of the splits from my last run
You're in high
were made
school
at the
today.
wrong points of the
Where'd
run.
you get them?
So my sum of best is definitely not accurate at the moment. That would be pretty incredible if I had a sum of best of 1 hour and 5 minutes, yet my PB was 1 hour and 27. Could happen, of course, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a lot higher than
Who
that.
are you to come here? You living weaklings! You are the ones who lost the chalice of honor.
Nice of him, he'll still talk to me even though I've already jumped off the balcony. Oops. That's the wrong way. So let's hope this place doesn't crash once again. Which was what happened in my last attempt. So gotta remember to save after this cutscene, because that's where, for some reason, this game has begun to start soft locking,
I am here.
which usually never happens. But it might be something to do with this particular category and the extra things that I pick up. I don't know.
Here it is. Here is the sigil. Now go. Do with it what you will, but keep your end of the deal and leave us now. I have fulfilled my part.
I did not believe it would be so easy, but you, Eris, are a fool. Where are your heroes now, Valorian Knights? Remain cowering in your burrows.
Yeah, it's 14:25 here.
Now possess your treasure.
So I'm doing a morning stream today, or earlier in the day stream, I guess. Oops, this is where I want to save. And that was the guy who didn't spawn last time. Okay. Oops. Okay. I should definitely have enough healing. Maybe I didn't need to pick up those extra bottles. Six hours ahead, that sounds about right. I think it's usually 6 or 7 hours when I want to watch something in the US. Like a Smash tournament or something like that. Yeah, let's hope for good spiders. I think last time my glass sword failed. I'm pretty sure it shattered, but did not inflict the desired damage. Hellhound? No, we're past the Hellhounds now. It's spider time. Oh yeah, that's that Hellhound that can spawn if I'm unlucky, but that really doesn't happen when I have this good sword. Whoops. Usually with this sword it takes 4 hits to kill the demon, but I believe this was 3 hits actually, so I must have high rolled the attacks that I got in. This might be slow. Yeah, I grabbed the glass sword from the well in Britain on the way to Destard. I don't know if you've seen my any percent run, but in that I actually traveled to Destard out of bounds, which makes it impossible to get the glass sword. So doing that does lose a bit of time against the spider boss, but it more than makes up for it in just being able to travel to Destard more directly. But it's also slightly in a different order than this category, because I actually do Destard after I get the Glyph of Compassion. Alright. So I'm gonna
The spiders! They're
prepare
everywhere!
the sword.
Look out!
Nice. And the sword failed. I'm not sure why that happens, if that's actually some kind of glitch or if it's built into the game. Okay, but he fell pretty quickly. And I didn't even use my invincibility potion. Oops. Hopefully that guy will leave me alone. Yeah. But that glass sword seems quite inconsistent at times. But it can also vary quite a lot how many attacks it takes to kill the spider with this two-handed sword. If you high roll that damage, I'm not even sure getting the glass sword is fully worth it. But yeah, good time. Hoping for that sub 120. That would be nice. Yeah, that's my computer that's making some extra humming, unfortunately. I have to figure out how to quiet the... what's it called? The fan a little bit. I think I reinstalled my BIOS at some point. And that just reset it to maximum power all the time. Throw in a noise gate. I might look into that. But I think also actually reducing the noise might be a good idea. Because usually noise reduction can mess up the sound quality a little bit as well. If you do it too much, at least. But I'm so used to the hum, so I hardly think about it. Oh yeah, I remember this part. I didn't mess this up in my PB. At least the second time around climbing up the ledge over there. Yeah, I guess you're right about that.
Ah, my old. I have. I need.
Yeah, I got up the cliff, luckily. That's one thing that's also a bit harder in this category. Together with all the other jumps, of course. That wolf can sometimes be a bit hard to spot. If it's standing right in front of that fireplace, for example. Should be saving quite a bit of time here. So I might be able to go for something even better than a 120. So YouTube wasn't too happy about the music I used in my last session. So I'll be happy to get a new PB that doesn't have to have a bunch of sound removed. A little bit slow dialogue. Someone should do a nature program about all the weird animal behavior in Britannia. I think some of it was low enough, but it certainly did need to remove a bunch of the tracks. But now we're just listening to the actual game music, which isn't too bad in my opinion. I think that's one of the good things about the game, that they had real orchestral music. Unfortunately, there's some of the areas are bugged, so that the music doesn't play properly. Because every area of the game is supposed to have both a good and an evil theme, like one before you've cleansed their virtue and then one afterwards. But for some of the areas, for some reason, only one of those pieces plays properly. Just a little bit afraid that that gate would close again. But I think as long as you go through it fast enough, it doesn't close.
Hello.
Those crabs are pretty hardcore as well.
Glad you're here.
At least some
Hope you
weapons
and
seem
your
to do no
associates are
damage
about
to them at all.
learn the penalty for interfering with my work.
Avatar, tell my daughter that I love her.
Your daughter?
Raven, she...
How very touching. There. Now that he has been dealt with, I have some business with you, Avatar. Blackthorn, you may leave us now. I would like to speak privately with our friend.
But my lord, I fear that...
I said leave us.
Yes, my lord.
Mel Gibson?
Is a worm.
I actually think he sounds a bit like Harrison Ford. That's what I've always
Still
thought.
need him for a while yet. Then I can get rid of him. Now, come over here, Avatar. I have something to teach you.
He seems more likely to
You
shoot me in
understand
this
yet?
category.
Do you see that you can't hurt me? All of your energy, all of the damage that you would inflict upon me is reflected back onto yourself. It's futile, Avatar.
Maybe the game works out that I have enough health total that he won't kill me.
You can heal.
Yeah. Because usually I don't have to attack him there
Are you
either.
beginning to see the futility of resisting me, Avatar? Why do you struggle so if you can't win? None can stand against me. Surely you know that by now. Take, for example, your friends in Skara Brae. It's
But one of the
true
basic
they
ways
have
of saving time in this game is by turning off the avatar's voice, so every time I use a dialogue option we don't have to wait for him to read
I can
the
at least
answer.
destroy it.
So unfortunately we only get his beautiful voice in these few cutscenes where he answers certain questions automatically without you having to choose an option.
Now, think about that as you ponder your future, hero. Your quest is pointless. You cannot and will not win. Think about it, Avatar. We will meet again.
Exactly. But I would have liked to have a final battle with him where I could swing my sword and actually do some damage. It just feels a little... you feel like you're cheated a little bit when all you really do is some typing. But I think it's actually the same in a number of other Ultima games where you don't have like a definitive showdown, where you just sort of solve a puzzle inside of the boss chamber. Now, I haven't played a whole bunch of the other Ultima games. I've only watched a few other speedruns, so I could be wrong.
Magus, speak now the magic words of life.
Oh yeah, that's right, not all of the games actually have the Guardian as the final boss. I think a bunch of them, Blackthorn is the final boss.
What have you done?
I brought you here to finish you off, Guardian.
You still haven't learned, have you? Anything that you do to me happens to you as well. You and I are one.
But Blackthorn seems a lot less formidable in this game.
The only difference...
Well, I guess there are some cutscenes where he dominates the Avatar, but other than that,
I will
he's just trying to
all of Britannia and anything else that I choose
get what he's after and get out of there before the Avatar draws his sword. Use the Avatar's abnormally long arms to grab these things. Ah, cool, so you started from the very first game. I want to do that at some point as well. I got them recently off the good old game sale. But this is still the only one I've played.
Right now, even as we speak, your columns are being cleansed. They're being turned so they nurture the virtues rather than corrupt them.
That means nothing. Your friends are too late. This is all.
You might be right that that's more Mel Gibson than Harrison Ford.
Now.
Too late, you say? The moons didn't collide. Their orbits
He
are
sounds
no
so
longer
smug in
decaying.
that dialogue.
Face it, Guardian. Everything that you set in motion, we have reversed.
No! That's impossible. Your friends
Magus,
have only temporarily
the magic
forestalled
words
their
of Armageddon.
$118. Not too bad. So that's almost 10 minutes faster than my initial run. Anyway, I have to go meet up with a friend, so I won't have time to do any more runs, unfortunately. But happy that you could get to see the ending of the run, because I believe you left before I finished the last one. I think so, at least. Yeah, GG's. Thanks. I'll probably go back to any percent before too long. I still see that as having a lot more potential. Well, thanks again for watching. It really makes playing a lot more entertaining when you have someone to talk to. Anyway, let's watch through this awesome cutscene featuring these two people who we haven't even seen in this run. So unfortunately I can't, you know, when I set up the streaming software, you can either capture straight from the game or simply from the monitor. But if I capture straight from the game, there's a problem where it crashes at a certain point when the cutscene plays. So instead I have it just to capture the right monitor. But that means when a cutscene plays and it's a much lower resolution than what I usually play the game in, it does what it's doing now, where it moves everything up into the corner. So I would like to view, for you to be able to view the beautiful cutscenes in full screen, but I haven't figured out a way. Yeah, I actually have a friend that's done GDQ a few times, but obviously it is quite a commitment to fly all the way to the US to do a speedrun, and at the same time the game isn't super popular, so it might take a while before it's viable. Or at least I would have to really be able to demonstrate how entertaining this kind of run can be. I think they like when you submit a run with really good commentary, so you can sort of prove the type of entertainment value that the game would have. But one thing that does make it less good for marathon runs is the fact that the game crashes a lot. So you would have to be extra careful with saving there, just so you don't end up pushing the whole schedule back because you have a few extra crashes. I think though next year I'll try to apply for ESA, the European version of Games Done Quick, or like the biggest speedrun event here, as that's in Sweden, which is relatively close by to Denmark.